Now, coming up on the lift behind me is Adam's new project car. Now the Serena's gone, he's got a new project car. There's been a load of cars changing around in the company, but we'll get to that later on in the episode. But now we're going to patiently wait for the lift to come up and show you guys what he's got. Adam, what do we have here?
Another poor decision.
I'm more for this decision, I think.
That's great. I love it.
First of all, when you said, you put this into the group chat and sent a picture in, and I don't think you even, I think you just said Unreal or something like that. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a style estate or something like that. I've never heard of this.
Kind of looks like it on the front, yeah. It kind of has like the old school Toyota front on it. It's a big wagon.
It is a big wagon, and if you don't know Adam very well, he is a fan of a big wagon.
Yeah, got the Serena.
That was a bit too big. That was a big high wagon.
And then this literally came up, and if you know the SpongeBob SquarePants meme of "I need it," it's funny because me and Craig went down and picked it up during the week, and we tried to bargain with your man. I'd already done the deal with him over the phone, and Craig was like, "Nah, not giving you that much." Tried to bargain, man was like, "I already have like 10 people looking to buy it. Just get out of my front garden."
I can't deal with haggling. I've walked into shops before and say it's been 2 for 30. And I've walked out 2 for 35. I can't haggle. I can't stand it.
Your man did have the very good point when he bought it. He goes, right, go buy another one.
Well, I've never even heard of one of these, so I don't even know where you would find.
No others, because I've spent the entire week trying to buy parts, and I can't find pretty much any parts that are not in Russia or in Taiwan. And even then, they're very scarce. But it's a project. And as I said, looked mint online. Went on to see it, not as mint in person, but
I'm not going to lie. So we're taking it for face value right now. It's a project, so we can do some friendly criticism, shall we say?
And the first criticism was we took it for a drive. Me and Craig took it for a test drive, and suspension is not great. It's been actually upgraded, and it has really expensive suspension.
Okay, so you told me so you looked up the suspension, and how was it? What were the options of it?
Hard, harder, and incredibly extremely hard. They're the only options, and I don't know. It literally bounces as much as it does.
Yeah, there's not much bounce on that.
We're trying to order out BCs for the car. Took us ages to figure out what it even was. I was like, is it because supposedly it's an ST195, but then there's also the Carina suspension also fits onto it. So they also offer a different Carina suspension. There's another set of suspension that they possibly think could fit to it. So even trying to find parts is pretty difficult. So if you have any parts or have any suggestions or anything to throw in this, I will take absolutely anything, because I am still, after buying it, still clueless.
Is this genuine? Is the racing department TRD?
Yeah, 100%. It's all,
is that?
Yeah, it's all genuine. Now, it could actually be there's very little information about this car online. The only information I know is I love it.
So we'll be following this build in a few weeks when all the parts come, and we'll be putting them on, and hopefully be a pretty cool little daily for Adam.
Hello Josh, look what we got, a shiny turbo number 3 for my R32 4-door Skyline. The first turbo was gone, the second one we got second hand and it was also gone, so we just got a new turbo because we gave up Wayne, didn't we? Just said let's just get this thing moving.
Well, hopefully it is the turbo and it's not a bigger problem to why the turbos are. I put a bit of a downer on this, haven't I?
Wayne.
That's my problem now, isn't it?
It's heavier than it looks.
It's not Dave's problem.
I've got some other stuff too, Josh.
Parts.
Remember I was saying that I wasn't going to spend too much money on the Skyline and I was going to take it all very handy, but then I was thinking, now it's got a turbo.
Dave, you never said that. That was never a thing that came out of your mouth.
No, that's true. So we got some tie rod ends for a little bit more lock, nothing crazy. This is what I really wanted to show everyone, which is my new Kaz 1.5 way diff for the car because, you know, there's no point in having a rear wheel drive car, Wayne. It only spins one wheel, is there? That's a waste of time, as Wayne would say. So we're gonna put in a diff, we're gonna put in a turbo, and hopefully she should be pretty good to go. Like, it's very close.
We came down here because it is going to be on the road, isn't it, Wayne, by the end of this video?
You have all these bits on the floor to put into it.
That's it, just a few bits there on the floor.
Fresh differential, Wayne. That comes with
Actually, comes with oil.
comes with the oil. Here's instructions, you'll probably need them, because you know you.
Yeah.
It's got a gasket of some sort for the differential.
You are coming with the facts today. It's like a halo.
Is that where that goes?
Yeah, exactly where it goes.
I'm building it very similar to the spec of the 32 four-door that I built when I was 22, so that was a long time ago now. But I did love that car. It was rough, this one's not rough, but I'm basically doing everything to this car that I couldn't afford to do to that car years ago. So this is why this is one of my most exciting builds, I think, in the last probably 4 or 5 years, because I've done the respray, I've done the wheel, I've done everything I wanted to do, and it's going to be absolutely mint. And even the interior, everything's mint on this one. So excited, very excited.
Hope he gets to drive it today.
I would be over the moon if I got to drive it today, because how long have I got it now? Probably 4 or 5 months. Turbo slowed us down, paint job obviously took some time, waiting for some parts. You know how it's like,
Now the
project
only
cars.
man in the way is that man.
So I'm going to be busy, so. I thought I always walk away. You know, time you poured in and out about 10 times.
That is a lie. There we go.
Busy as well now, so maybe I just got to put the CAS sticker on the back window
Big
there.
job on.
Yeah, it's just, don't mind me, Wayne, I'll do this myself. You can have that.
I'm not helping anyone, I don't think. There you go, she's on.
It's on there now.
Oh no, it's off now. Exhaust getting bolted up. Honestly, Wayne, I thought you'd be a bit quicker than this. You've been at this for like an hour now. Oh, and you splodged on the floor.
See, that's where we'd be good floor. We can just wipe it up and look, see.
The diff is already out to put the 1.5 way I think it is in. So hopefully in the next hour we'll have this all up and running and going for its first drive on the road. Let me guess, you're gonna bait this with a hammer now.
Yeah, that's why everyone's going to tell you you're doing this wrong.
Are you? Are you guys?
No, no.
Whatever you do, Wayne, do not spill that because that is the worst smelling thing in the world.
You some of the over.
Jesus, man, 2 at a time. You're good at that. Yeah.
One's supposed to do.
Honestly sounds identical to the sound a killer whale makes in Free Willy. So all cleaned out.
Ready to go in. Lose my fingers.
Don't lose your fingers, Wayne. And now we're in. What do you say?
Everyone's screaming down the camera telling you you're doing it all wrong. We do everything wrong around here.
But somehow it works. Squeeze it on. There you go. Get it all on there. say you got it there, Wayne. So this is
First start up.
They all do that.
Hey! For the first time we've ever started the car without 4 million smoke bombs coming out of the back of it. Idle's nice. Wayne's going to give it a rev.
So there could still be a little bit of oil in, so it could still be a bit smoky, but it's a brand new turbo, so it won't be from the turbo.
But Wayne cleaned out the intercooler, cleaned out the exhaust, so there's going to be like little bits in there from. There's a lot of oil from the other two turbos, but right now it looks like it's running A1.
That's a million times better than what it was.
It actually sounds really good. The exhaust came with the car, but it sounds awesome. I'm happy.
Pretty much straight through with a back box.
No, there's obviously
With
there's obviously a
obviously.
catalytic converter and a silencer on. I mean, Josh is talking absolute rubbish there. This is a fully legitimate car.
This is weird. We're actually
In a car.
in a car
So we
going
may,
for a test drive.
that we may actually have sorted out, which is unusual. There you go.
Get a bit of gangster lean on. Is that standard?
No, that's like an aftermarket extra. Oh no, sorry, it's an optional extra.
It's a very nice optional extra.
Yeah, and I only realised it was automatic before because it has this, and then it also had.
What's that?
I don't know.
Is that a retractable spoiler?
It must have had a retractable spoiler at some point. That one isn't.
I've never. Obviously, you put that one on. I think it also says 4-wheel drive on the dash.
Activated.
Oh my god!
There's a car leaving the yard.
This is a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
A lot of smoke.
Is there a lot?
There was. Do you know what? We set it pretty low, but it's handling all the bumps absolutely fine. I'm suggesting that there may be a misfire, which the diff works anyway.
You can feel the skip from the diff.
When you put the foot down, yeah, it's good misfire, and then it pops a lot of smoke. Kind of a constant misfire, isn't it? Maybe it's getting worse. Maybe it's a coil pack.
You know what? I don't think fresh coils have been put into this car.
No.
Or maybe even spark plugs.
Like it drives. Okay, so what have we sorted? We sorted the suspension. It feels lovely. I actually like it at this ride height. It hasn't bumped or rubbed once because Joey flared the arches all around, so that's perfect. The diff is working, even though I can't get enough power down in the car to actually make it go into it, but it's now misfiring constantly, which would mean that it's got worse. Now, we've never driven this car before because the turbo was gone.
There's a good chance it could be spark plugs. I don't think we put plugs into
Just
it.
could be flooded. It could be something simple. We'll get it back to Wayne and we'll see if he can diagnose it quickly. I don't think it's a major problem, and the idea in the long run is to put a link ECU on this car when we get back from all of our travels, so that we could just plug in and see what this problem is. That's the beauty of link ECU, is that we could just put a laptop in and go, oh, it's a coil pack, oh, it's a spark plug. So diagnostics is so easy, but when it's the standard stuff, you just have to go through an elimination process, which is really slow and annoying. Plus, we'll be able to, with the intercooler and the non-straight through exhaust, we'll be able to get a little bit more power out of it with the link ECU too. So that would be the long-term plan. We just wanted to get it running and looking good. I think it looks good. It actually drives lovely. It's really comfortable. BCs are just magic on this car, and it's running pretty low arch-wise for stock arches, and not a problem. So I'm chuffed on that. So let's do a little diagnosis and see if we can get it running better.
It's misfiring. Sounds fine there. What are you saying? There's a worn wire there, a connector.
Connector broke there.
That sounds like it could be the culprit.
See the way it's idling, just kind of every now and again it hunts a little bit. It's like not getting a full reading from something.
Almost, Dave, almost.
Cars. They're class. Alright, so we took it down the road for, we might have got to the bottom of the problem. We think it's over boosting, so maybe the actuator not set up correctly on the car, or maybe the turbo is slightly different, so Wayne's going to play around with it. I think that's probably what the problem is that it's just spike and boost, and then it's just the fuel pump maybe doesn't have enough go to make it. So we might upgrade the fuel pump, sort out all of that, and then we need to, I think the ride height's sweet, I think it drives really nice. We obviously need to register it on Irish plates, which is painful. It's not perfect yet, but I'm starting to feel excited about it. What is perfect though is the chariot that is going to take us all across Europe to the final of Drift Masters. 55,000 people in the stadium, which is just nuts. So we are going to drive this car all the way to the UK, then we're going to go across Europe, we're going to catch up with friends, we're going to see cool shops. You guys are going to be along for the whole ride. So this is kind of an episode to catch you up on everything else before. Pretty much all of our episodes from here will be about us trying to get all the way across Europe, have a lot of adventures, hopefully not get into too much trouble. We've done a couple of things with the car just to make it a little bit more user friendly, I guess. So we got an inverter in there so Josh can edit on the road. See Josh, no excuses. No excuses.
Yeah, this is road sickness is going to be a strong one
And
on
to
this.
make sure we get those videos, we're bringing Lucas, Bandana Boy and Josh, so we're definitely going to have enough manpower to get the content out. We put an LZ gear knob in there, we put Bluetooth in there, I put a steering wheel spacer because I'm a tall boy and these Japanese cars just mean that I have to drive like this all the time. So
Should we move around to the rear of the car as well? I don't know why we have a spares package because I'm not too sure what we can
like
change.
We're bringing more of a spares package on this trip than we do to drift events.
So we've got a full can of oil.
Full kind of under here, full 10.5 Strom wheel with a tire for spare, just in case, right?
We got a full toolbox.
Full toolbox, we got all our camera gear, and then we need
Cable ties. We have some C-spanners just in case we didn't get the ride height right.
we got pretty much everything. Snips, bits and bobs, just in case. I don't think, the thing is, because we're so prepared, nothing will happen. But it's nice to know that if we had a puncture, we can swap all the four wheels are the same size, so we can just swap that wheel for anything. Scissor jack, all that stuff, so it should be fine. If none of you guys saw the last video, we are going to be giving this car away. So we've set this car on mission, which is to take us from here at our shed, which is kind of where the drift games, I suppose, vibe began. And we're going to go all the way to the biggest drift event in the world, which is in Poland, 55,000 people. So that's what a journey that is from like start to end, right? So this car's mission is to get us there and meet loads of cool people along the way. Once it gets there, and we're going to drive it into the stadium, and then its mission is complete. So we're going to give the car away. So what you got to do is go on the driftgames.life website the Wednesday before Drift Masters, which is next Wednesday, at 8 p.m. We're going to put the entries live. Where everyone buys a digital poster, you can buy multiple, it doesn't matter, gives you an opportunity to win the car. So someone else is going to be driving this after this, and I mean, we've given it the biggest stress test in the world to make sure everything is okay, but it will be fine. The car is beautiful. 45,000 miles, 1JZ manual factory, beautiful Pro Mode Kazama Pro Mode kit on it. That's, I think, probably the only one in Europe, surely the only one in Europe, and just a beautiful car. So we're going to give it away to some lucky fan, and 6 days that competition will be open for, and then we'll be drawing the winner. So entries will be $19.95 for the car, which we think is pretty reasonable, and we can't wait to see who wins it. It's a car that we're probably going to fall in love with over the next 2 weeks, and then be really sad that we have to give it away. So maybe there will be no raffle, we might even give it away, we might just love it, so we'll see how we go. But yeah, it's going to be an awesome trip. The next time you see us, we're going to be on the road, and there ain't no coming back until we get to Drift Masters and the final. It's going to be exciting. I hope you guys are along for the ride. We're going to try and pump out the videos every day or two for you guys. Well, I won't, Josh and Lucas will, but it's going to be fun. And we're going to go to a lot of cool places that you might not expect. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed already, do. And we'll see you guys on the road to Poland.